Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the science class. In our last class, we had started our fourth chapter, that is floats, sinks, and mixes. And we had already discussed that what are the things that we are going to learn in this chapter, right? So today, and along with that, I also discussed with you some keywords, right? So let's start. So first of all, let us just see what is given out here. There is a small question that is given. If we add some sugar to water and stir it for some time, the sugar disappears. What happens to this sugar and where does it go? Now, obviously, if we just read the I remember part, we can easily get an answer. But how would it be if we can actually do the experiment and see how we are going, what is the result that we are going to have? Okay, so I had already discussed some keywords with you in our last class, that is solute, solvent, soluble, solubility, floats, sinks. So now I'm going to show you a few experiments, okay, where we will get to know what are these terms from and what do they actually mean. Okay, children, so are you all ready for the experiment? Okay, now let's start with our experiment. So children, as I showed you, we are having 3 glasses of water. Okay, you see the water is very much transparent, yes, and nothing is mixed in this water. So we are going to perform our experiments using these 3 glasses of water, and we have out here salt, some sand and some lentils. You can see very nicely some salt, some lentils and some sand, and we have a plastic cap, a rubber ball and a small nail. So children, now let's start with the experiment. First we will see our floats and sinks. Okay, so here I take the plastic cap that I showed you. We have the plastic cap, and let me just drop this plastic cap over here. What happens? Does it go down? No. What happens to the plastic cap? The plastic cap remains at the top of the water. So it is known as what? This is called what? When the substance that we drop in water remains on top of the water, then it is known as floating. Now we have the nail. Now let me just drop this nail here. Can you see what is happening out here? Here the nail has dropped down to the bottom of the water. This is what? This is sinking. Okay. Floating was what? When the substance remains at the top of the water, at the top level. And sinking is what? Sinking is when the substance goes down to the bottom of the water. Now you see, here I have a ball. Now you tell me, what do you think? What will happen to this ball? Will it go down or it will stay up? Children, this is a rubber ball. Okay, this is a rubber ball. So what will happen with this rubber ball? Let us find out. So you see, obviously, as you can see, the color looks amazing in water, isn't it? So the ball here is floating. It is floating. You see, did it go down? No. Is it at the top? It is not completely floating, but it has just immersed in the water. It is at the top level, but it is not above the water. It is not above the water. Neither it has gone to the bottom, but it has just immersed in water. Can you see? It has immersed in water. Now if I put it here, it will come this side. Okay. It is just below the top level. That is, this is known as immersing in water. So now we know what is float, what is sink, and we have also learned something new, that is immersing. So with the help of this spoon, I will take out the nail. So here I have taken out all the things. Now children, let us learn about solution, solute and solvent. So what is solvent? This water is the solvent. As I told you in my last class, that the substance in which we mix, we are going to mix in water today. So the water is our solvent. Okay, the water is our solvent. And what is it known as? We refer to it as medium. So the medium in which we mix, is known as what? It is known as solvent. What a solute? Now we will find out. First of all, I told you that the substance needs to be soluble and then only it is known as solute. So first of all, let us try with this. Let me just put the salt in this water and see what happens. So I am going to stir the salt for 2-3 minutes. Now you see this water, children. Can you see anything out here? No, it is just as transparent as it was before. It is absolutely as transparent as it was before. Now I showed you that I am having some lentils as well. So let me just put this lentils over here in this one. Okay. And now let me try to mix it. Does the lentil get mixed? Does the lentil get mixed, children? No, it does not. And it remains just as it is. It gets collected at the bottom of the water. So this is what? This is insoluble. First we had put what? We had put salt. That has become absolutely transparent and it has become just the same as it was before. The water has become just as it was before. Only the taste has become a bit salty. But now if someone comes and says in this, will they find out that there is any difference in this? No. Here we can clearly see the lentils. We can see the dal, right? Over here. So dal is what? It is insoluble. Salt became soluble. It got dissolved in the water. It is no more present separately. So what is this known as? The salt is known as solute. The salt is known as solute. And what is solubility? As I told you, solubility is the capacity of any substance to dissolve in a solvent. Right? Solubility is the capacity of any substance or of any solute to dissolve in a solvent. So we have seen which is the solvent. Water is the solvent. What was the solute? Solute is a substance which becomes soluble. So we have used two substances up till now. One is the lentil, one is the salt. Which one is the solute out of these two? This salt is the solute. Now, so this has become what? This has become our solution. This has become our solution. Now, let me put this sand. Okay. Let me just put this sand in this water. This water is all clear up till now. So let me just put some sand and I am going to mix it. Now you see this one, children. Is the sand soluble in this? No. If you see, you can see this outside at the bottom. The sand has collected over here. Okay, now if we just wait for 5-6 minutes, the sand will also get collected at the bottom just like this. Now let us just wait for some time, and then I'm going to show you what has happened to this. Even now you can see, just when we had started, this was not this clear, but now can you see the water is much more clear than before. Similarly, all the sand will get settled down. Okay, by the end of this experiment, you will see that the sand has settled down and we are left with much more clear water at the top. So this sand is insoluble. Okay, so the lentil and the salt is and the sand is insoluble in water, but the salt is soluble. And what is the salt known as? It is known as the solute. What is the water known as? The water is known as the solvent. So what is solute? The substance that we mix is the solute. And what is solvent? The substance in which we mix the solute is known as solvent. The substance we mix, solute, and the substance in which we mix is solvent. Okay children, now you see, as I told you, did I tell you? Now you see, as we are finishing off the experiment, the water is becoming much more clear and you can see the sand at the bottom. Can you see the sand? Yes, you can see, right? So this proves what? That the sand is also insoluble. And what we have got here? We have got a mixture. This is a mixture. This is what? This is a solution, because here the solute has mixed with the solvent. It has completely mixed with the solvent. And if you just taste it, what kind of water it will be? The taste will be salty. But can we see the salt in this? Can you see the salt in this? No, you cannot. And here in the sand, can you see the sand? Yes, we can see the sand. So this is a mixture and this is a solution. Okay, now, and we have, so what are the things that we have learned? We have learned about, okay, so here, now what am I going to do? I am going to combine it. Mixture, solution, soluble, insoluble, insoluble. This one out here floating. This one, the nail out here sinking. And this one, the ball out here immersing. Okay? So children, I hope now you all have understood in the experiment what are these words for. Let us see the keywords first. Floats. And we have seen what in the experiment? We have seen the ball and the plastic cap floating on the water. Then sink. Substances that sink in water are known as, or sink in any kind of solvent are known as what? They are known as sinks. And in our experiment, what did sank down? What sank down in the water, children? It was the small nail. Yes? Then, as I already said during the experiment also, mixing of the substances in the liquid is known as what? It is known as dissolving. Right? Then we have solute. We just saw the solute. Which one is our solute? Which one was our solute, children? The salt was our solute. In your question, what was given? In the question, sugar was given. If you perform the experiment with sugar, then also you will be getting the same result. After you stir it for 2-3 minutes, you won't find any sugar particles left. You won't be able to see. But if you taste the water, then what will it be? It will be sweet. Then we have solvent. Yes, the water was our solvent. We have soluble. So let's now find out the definitions of these keywords. Okay. So first of all, we have floats. Substances that remain, as I told you, substances that remain at the top of the liquid are known as what? They are known as floats. What are sinks? Sinks are the substances that drop down to the bottom of the liquid. Sinks are substances that drop down to the bottom of the liquid, like it happened with our nail. And for the substance, we have substance that get dissolved in the solvent. What is our solute? Solute is a substance that gets dissolved, right? Now you see, children, what is solvent? Solvent, as I told you during the experiment, here our solvent was, in our experiment, our solvent was our water. So, the medium in which the solute gets mixed, the solute gets dissolved, the solute disappears in the medium. So, the medium in which the solute disappears, mixes with the medium is known as what? Solvent. And what is soluble? Substances that get mixed are known as what? Soluble. Substances which get mixed are known as soluble. And what is insoluble? Substances that do not get mixed. Substances that do not get dissolved are known as insoluble. So in our experiment, which one was soluble? Salt was soluble and sand was insoluble, right? Then we have the solubility. So what is solubility? Solubility is the capacity of a solute to dissolve in a solvent. Now you see, children, we were adding salt. I added 1 spoon. Now if you take 1 glass of water and if you keep on adding the salt, you add 1 spoon first and you mix it. You will see after some time the whole of the salt is dissolved. Then you mix another spoon. Say you add 3-4 spoons and you mix it. It's all gone. Then if you add another one, you will see you will reach a point when you are continuously adding the salt and mixing, you will reach a point that however you stir it, how much time you stir it, it is not getting mixed anymore. So this is known as solubility. That means the capacity of any solute to mix in a solvent. That is how much it can dissolve. Okay, how much it can dissolve. How less or how much a solute can dissolve. And what is a solution? The final substance that we get when a solute dissolves in a solvent. Children, I showed you solution and mixture both. Yes, I showed you solution and the mixture both, and at last you also saw the picture. Solution and mixture. Yes. So, what is solution? The final substance that we get when a solute dissolves in a solvent is known as solution. And what is mixture? A substance formed by mixing, like when we mixed the sand and the water or the lentils and the water. Did it get mixed? Did it get soluble? Did it become dissolve? No, it did not become dissolved. So what are we getting? We are getting the mixture where we can see all the substances that we have mixed. We could see the water also. We could see the sand also. So that is known as what? That is known as mixture. Now you see, now let me talk a bit about this floating and sinking. The ball was floating, the plastic cap was floating, but the nail has sank down. Do you know why is this? Now, the floating, the sinking of any substance depends on the density of that substance. Now, what is density? I will explain you. Now, can you see in this picture? Can you see in this diagram, children? I have drawn the same kind of boxes. Yes, the boxes are same, but in one box there are many balls, right? And in one box there are only how many balls? There are only 8 balls. Yes, you see this box on the left hand side is having many balls. The same box, both the boxes are of the same size, but one box is having many balls and one box is having very few balls. So now what will happen? The box having many balls is having more density than the box having lesser number of balls. Why? So what do we understand with density? Density is the amount of substance in one place. Density is the amount of substance in one place, that is mass per unit volume. Mass per unit volume. See, both the boxes, the size are same. So the space inside is also same. But one is having lesser number of balls and one is having more number of balls. One is having lesser number of balls and one is having more number of balls. That means one is having higher density, one is having lower density. Density is what? The amount of substance present in one unit area. So here the box is our 1 unit area, right? The boxes are our 1 unit area. So now you see, the more substance present in one area, in one unit area, is known as density. And what is the so I hope this one you have understood, children. What is density? More substance in the same place. Two boxes, same size. One is having more substance, one is having less substance. The one having more substance is having more density. The one having less substance is having lesser density. So what is the definition of density? Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance. That means in any substance, how much amount of the substance is present in one unit area. That can be 1 centimeter, 1 meter. Okay. So density means mass per unit volume. That means in 1 centimeter area or in 1 meter area, how much substance is present. Supposedly you say a parking lot. On Monday, the parking lot has space for 50 cars. Okay, the parking lot has space for 50 cars. Now on Monday, let's say out of 50, 30 cars were parked. On Monday, 30 cars were parked. But on Tuesday, only 10 cars were parked. So, what will happen? On Monday, the density is more than the density on Tuesday. Okay? So, children, objects which are having higher density, sink in water. So, what happened? The nail is very small, right? The nail is very small, but its density is more. Smaller place, more substance. That means density has become more, so it sank down. And objects with lower density float on water. What happened with the ball? What happened with the plastic cap? Now if you take a plastic cap also, the plastic cap will be very light. Yes, the plastic cap will be very light. So what is happening? But the plastic cap is obviously bigger than the nail. The plastic cap is bigger than the nail. The ball is bigger than the nail. But what happened? The amount of substance in the ball or the plastic cap is lesser than that in the nail. So what happened? The ball, the plastic cap, they floated in water and the nail sank in water. So children, objects with higher density sink in water. Higher density than what? Higher density than the density of water. So objects with higher density than water sink in water, and objects with lower density than water float on water. Okay, children? So in our next class we are going to learn more about the floats, sinks, and we are also going to learn about the different kind of mixtures and how it can help us. Okay, children? So that's all for today's class. Thank you and have a great day.